for your team as you get into game week, but how has camp gone? Do you feel good about where you are going into the start of the season?
I do. We're coming into the first week of the season as healthy as we've been in a long time. I think camp was very successful, and I attribute that to being having a lot of veterans on the team out there. We stayed healthy throughout camp, but I thought we got some very, very good work, both offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. And I just feel good about where we are right now, but we've got our challenges in front of us.
Now, since you guys have joined the league, you guys have made steady progression. I know you've talked about, or we've talked about on these calls of getting, the move to the CAA, and every year you guys have gotten closer to where I know you would like to get. Do you feel like going into this season? I know you're getting a lot of national attention. Do you feel like you're ready to take that next step?
Well, I hope we're ready to take the
Yeah.
next step. We need to take the next step as a program. The good thing, when you look at our rosters, we have a lot of veterans in the lineup. I think on the offensive side, we've got 8 guys who were starters or played significant time last year, and on the defensive side, we got at least 5 to 6 guys who played a lot of football last year. So we hope that veteran presence can carry us and can really set the tone for the younger guys on our team.
Let's break down some of those guys. Let's start on the offensive side, where you guys were one of the best in the whole country a year ago, and a lot of those guys are back. Starts with your All-American quarterback and Derek Robertson. How nice as a coach is it to have a veteran guy who knows your system so well going into the year?
Well, it's outstanding. I mean, and Derek is really a coach on the field for us. He's been with us. He studies everything that we're doing. He's always in the film room. He's a guy that gives great effort. He's a leader of our team, and that's why he was named one of our captains just recently. Just a guy that you can depend on, and you're going to get a great effort from him all the time. And not just the effort, but he's got tremendous skills. There's a lot of things that he can do, and I think he gets rid of the ball extremely fast. Because he anticipates the throws, he can see what's going on, and I'm glad he's on our team.
How much, when you've got so much, not only an experienced quarterback, but a lot of the guys around him, both up front and your skill guys, have experience? Are you further along with putting in your system, and does it change your preparation going into week one?
It doesn't necessarily change the preparation, but we are certainly much further along than we've been in recent history. All of the guys, they retained quite a bit of what we did, not only last season, but in the spring. And it's always easier to install when you're talking to guys who know the answers to the test. And they're doing a great job that way. We've been able to do a lot more than we've done in the past because of that, because our guys they're veterans and they can handle it.
One of the things that it seems you've always had great running backs. Along the passing game gets the attention, but you've had great backs. You've got Rodney Nelson back, but Sone was kind of money in the bank for you when you got inside the 5-yard line. How do you use Rodney differently, or do you have a different guy maybe to handle some of the short yardage stuff?
Well, we've got, we don't have Sony, and we're certainly going to miss him because, as you said, he was a very, very talented player, and he had a nose for the end zone. Every time we gave him the ball, it seemed like he could find the end zone. But Rodney's a different type back. Rodney doesn't have the physical stature that he did, Sony did, but he is extremely fast. He can run. He's got great moves and vision. He's a veteran player, and he's going to carry the bulk of the load for us from the running back standpoint. And then you got Makai Green, who's another speedster that's going to come in and give us quality time there as well. So I like where we're at the position. No, we don't have that big back that we've had the last couple of years, but I think there's other ways that we can find the end zone.
Let's flip over and talk about the defense. It's an area that I know that you feel like you've got to get better in to support that offense. How have those guys come together through the fall camp?
Well, they've come together really well in fall camp, and I really like that. Not only the attitude, the work ethic, but really their approach to everyday practice. And one of the key guys up front who missed all of last season with an injury is Bryce Rooks, and having him back is kind of really pulling that front four together. He's a guy that really is the glue that kind of holds that unit together, and he's had an amazing camp. Then on the second level, Charlie Sasso, who missed half of last season, is the linebacker position. He's back. He's healthy. He's 100%. had off-season surgery to to correct the things that were wrong. And those guys are two of our stalwart leaders there. As a matter of fact, Sasso was elected captain just recently, and at the second level, he gives us a tremendous player. So between the two of them, they really have kind of allowed the front seven to come together. And then the back end, they're all guys who played last year. Ben and Clark, Lee, Jones, they were all guys who were in the lineup. Maybe some of them a little too early or earlier than we would have wished last year. But they've all got complete game experience and are ready to go.
I'm sure those guys on defense get tired of hearing every time somebody talks about your team. Well, the offense is great, but the defense. How motivated has that made them through the offseason and going into this year? They play with a little chip on their shoulder.
They are, and they're and to answer your question, Rob, they're highly motivated. I mean, they know we struggled at times last year, and we struggled in terms of giving up points, and they understand that for us to get to where we want to be as a program and as a team, that we need to step up, our play on that side of the ball. And so far throughout fall camp, I've really liked what I've seen from that group. Not only are they like playing hard, tough football, but they're playing together, and it's a group that really has a great cohesiveness to them. And I think once you have that, that's the start of something really special.
Let's talk about your opponent on Friday night in Colgate as you've started to prep for them. What are some of the challenges they present?
Well, the biggest challenge is that it's a brand new staff, so you really don't know what you're going to get. You've got to study the video from where that staff was previously before coming to Colgate, and try to pick what you can from a scheme standpoint from there. And it's going to be a new scheme that Colgate's going to be running. So, those are two of the biggest challenges that we're facing on the defensive side of the ball. They've got a lot of returners on both sides, both offensively and defensively. And I know they're not happy where they were last year. And so, they're going to come out. They're going to be highly motivated. It's their home opener. They've got a new staff, which in my mind brings to the field a brand new attitude, a brand new approach to things. So we know we're going to be tested in every phase of the game.
So when you get that situation where it's got to make your prep more difficult, do you find yourself just focusing more on your team? Obviously, you got to prep, but do you just tell your guys, hey, we'll do what we do and then adjust from there?
Well, somewhat, yes. I mean, fortunately, we're extremely multiple as an offense. There's a lot of things that we do. So we anticipate what we will see from Colgate to be, some variation or version of things that we've been practicing, against all preseason and all spring ball. But again, we really won't know until game time on Friday night. But so, we've just got to be at our best. And if we're at our best, we should put ourselves in a position where we have a chance to win the game. And, we've got to play mistake free on both sides of the ball. We know that. We've got to be able to stop the run on defense, and we got to be able to run the ball on offense. We've got some weapons in the passing game that can stretch the field a little bit for us. We got a guy who can deliver the ball. But if we can establish some run and be able to stop the run and get off the field, play without a lot of mistakes, I think we'll have a chance.
You guys, with your schedule open 3 straight weeks on the road, how challenging is that?
Extremely challenging. I've had many talks with our schedule makers, and to open 3 weeks in a row on the road is very difficult. We're at Colgate, then we go to Fordham, then we go down to North Carolina. So we've got 3 challenging trips against 3 challenging opponents. So we'll do the best we can.
How does it help having some guys that have been around and maybe can help you with what life is like on the road and how to prepare that way?
It does. I mean, having the guys who've traveled before, having guys who've gone and played on the road. I think every one of our starters on offense has been a guy that's either been in the lineup or has traveled into 2 deep. And most of the guys on defense have done that as well. So, obviously that experience of being on the road, of staying in the hotel, of traveling, that hopefully that pays off for us this weekend.
All right, Coach Cal, thanks so much for taking time to do this with us this morning. Good luck on Friday night against Colgate, and look forward to talking again next week.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.